We are here for round 6 feature match 2. We're going to jump into game 3 between Darius and Draven, the brothers of Noxus.
The blood brothers of Noxus.
Yeah, well, are they? They are blood brothers, aren't
Yes.
they? They're actual brothers,
Yeah.
And then they like blood.
Yeah, so it's like a double kind of meaning there. It's great. I mean, I like them. I like the lore.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I like that we've got this tussle of the brothers against one another, and they have similar style decks to an extent.
That's true. It's quite a common theme in League of Legends, the sibling rivalries.
Yeah.
Yasuo and Yone are big on it as well. Morgana and Kayle actually very friendly in their sisterly, more a lovely rivalry than anything else.
That's good. We love to hear that.
Game, I believe
3.
This is game 3, but I only see 1 point up at the top, so... Oh, it's game 2 that we are jumping into.
Lucky
Draven
us.
taking game number 1. Darius, a champion legend that we, legend unit we don't see too often. Has Legion and 1 energy. So you want to use that for your Legion effects like this Noxious Hopeful after playing out the trusty Ramhound to kick things off.
Yeah, and certainly has a really strong point to start the game with. You're going, no, not 1 unit, 2 units. And honestly, that's a great start from a deck with a lot of power. And then, of course, you know, we're going to try and come back with that. But actually, this hand is... It's looking okay. We've got the treasure, we've got the overzealous, we're looking good on that. Ride the Wind not right now, Kai'Sa not right now, probably, unless you do just go for the Kai'Sa just to get something big in play. We're actually going, wow, okay, straight in with the Darius champion unit.
Yeah, with that Draven, it's going to do a lot of enemies. The brothers are on the field, it's hard.
It's going to happen, I'm sorry.
I think what the Draven does give you is that Fury recycling power, right? The ability to get the +2s off it pretty consistently. So if Marshall here on the Darius does go in, you have the ability to kind of outmatch on a lot of these threats. So Trusty Ramhound is giving it gives itself +1 for every friendly unit in the area, or is it?
I think
it's just 1 unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is a friendly unit with it, it gets +1. So it sits at 3 right now. 4 for the Noxious Hopeful, and then the BF sword being played into base here. We'll see if there's a decision to equip. Nope, just using that Legion effect again to get that Noxious Hopeful out.
It certainly is big, that sword, so it could do some real damage in this matchup.
Oh, we are putting the sword somewhere.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Oh, it's a dog with a sword.
I love this.
It's a dog with a sword.
Best day ever.
Yes.
Best day ever.
I mean, I would be concerned.
No, I wouldn't.
I would be very...
That'd be great.
Is it holding it in its mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
And then, but like
swinging
when it comes
around
up
at your ankles.
When it comes up to give you a lick.
Nah, sword.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No, sword.
Okay.
He's in a battlefield, my guy.
I mean, that is true. But what about if I'm like, hey, come give me a snuggle, we've finished the battle.
That's at the end of the day. This is mid-battle.
Mid-battle.
Focus, medic, come on.
Also, this Ramhound is massive, by the way. Have you seen how big it is?
I mean,
there's a person riding it in the art.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe that is more of a decapitation angle, then.
I mean, that's why it needs the BF sword.
Maybe,
You couldn't give it a long sword.
No,
it's not long enough.
It needs a big sword.
Yeah.
Okay, Treasure Hunter's in now, as I expected earlier.
I'm pretty sure the abbreviation is big feline sword, actually, so it's not even in the right species.
Oh, I knew it.
Back to actually what's happening in the game.
No, it's okay. We got a lot down. We got 2 Overzealous Fan and a Treasure Hunter. Again, just populating the board. We're not going into battle yet. We're getting our army all built up at base, and then we're going to go in later and show our brother what for.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that Darius Trifarian does come down at some point. Wouldn't be surprised if Marshall decides just to hold on to it. Spectrum Matron, the rally the troops and the Forerunner in hand. Matron bringing back a 3 or less energy unit. But it looks like Forerunner might just be used to really make this arena's greatest battlefield a problem to deal with. And I'm sure Draven is pretty miffed that Darius is claiming to be the arena's greatest.
I think that is quite the storyline. That's the stance. I can hear it now on the news. Darius taking over.
This just in, Darius, the arena's greatest.
And Draven will certainly have something to say about that.
Excuse me, sir? I disagree. The retreat's coming out here from the Noxious Hopeful and the trusty Ramhound. Second Hopeful going over to the Obelisk of Power just to get you up to 4. These increments of 2 so important when you are playing Riftbound, unless you have Aspirant's Climb out where you're going to 9. But being within 2 points means a double conquer gets you there, a hold and a conquer gets you there. Makes it a lot easier for you to actually crest over the winning point.
It's not just about scoring points, it's about when to score those points and in what order. Like a 3 is an awkward number in this game. Being stuck on 3 points is odd and awkward and not quite what you want. You kind of want that flow all the way to 8.
Do you find it cool that all of the ones that you don't really want to be on are odd?
Yeah, like they're odd numbers, and that's odd. Yeah. Whoa, here comes an accelerated Kai'Sa. Now looks like we're going for that aggressive turn, going in where there are lower kind of units on the board and going to start taking over these battlefields back into Elmore's court.
Yeah, I mean, the issue kind of is if you go with the Kai'Sa and some units into the Noxious Hopeful, the Noxious Hopeful can just defend. This looks like a Blood Rush or a Spinning Axe angle to me. Kai'Sa goes into the first Forerunner. Elmore is going to use that action for a Rebuke, in fact.
Lovely.
Yeah, bouncing the Forerunner back to hand. All that energy used to cast it. And not
wasted.
Really, it's kind of wasted. At least it's not too much power. You know, just one Fury. Double draw coming out from the Legend trigger alongside the Kai'Sa Conquer trigger. So you have won that combat. Now Draven's going to meet a Hopeful of Noxus and show just why they shouldn't be too hopeful. Yeah,
show them who's boss. Make sure that we're getting more card draw as we take over more combats. Winning combats is exactly what Draven wants to do. Want to make sure that we're keeping up with that. We get a gold token and draw a card. It honestly couldn't get much better than that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to very slightly sidebar here for a second. Look at the Draven Vanquisher on that battlefield and tell me that his face upside down doesn't still look like a face.
It does a little bit. I'm gonna give you
that. Got like the smile at the bottom and a big bushy beard.
Yeah, I kind of see it. Yeah. No, I get you. It does look like that on that art at this moment in this frame.
I think as well, because where the die is, the shadow makes it look a bit like he's got a fro.
It does.
You know?
It does a little bit.
Anyway, back to reality.
Okay, we're back.
Overzealous fan. Yeah, I think this is smart. Put them in.
A fan for you and a fan for you.
Yeah.
They're great.
Exactly.
They're disposable. I mean, fans.
Fans are disposable.
Just joking.
Quick, go to your social medias. Fans are disposable. You heard it here first, but it does make sense because they are in this game.
In this game.
Yeah, when they defend, you just kill them off. You bounce up.
They don't treat them very well. These lads, do they?
They do not.
Darius and Joan just like no.
Yeah. No need for any true fans here. I'm just going to get rid of you anyway.
No, they just want the originals. They're all about themselves, these guys, and that's exactly kind of how their mechanics work too, and that's kind of why I like that it's very thematic.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted here to put the Ferris Forerunner back into play, I'm not going to lie to you. It just, nothing else is feeling great right now. I feel like you want to get units on the board, and you want that to be a bit more of a stronghold situation.
Yeah, going with the rally the troops instead. When a friendly unit is played this turn, you get to buff it. You also get to draw a card. Play it out for 2.
I think we're just trying for the draw there more than anything, because the hand is just looking a little bit damp right now.
There's also the option of playing out the Darius. Comes in at 8 because it's readied.
Looks like that's happening, maybe.
No,
is that
it's only 4.
That was 4.
Oh, 4 and Hand of Noxus. 5 because it's got the Legion effect. There's the recycle. There's the Darius. Will come out buffed at 8 might in total. Now can attack with the Noxious Hopeful towards the Kai'Sa battlefield. Even if the Darius gets backed out, the Noxious Hopeful still trades with the Kai'Sa at 4 might apiece.
And then we've kind of dealt with that threat of the hold, taking Elmore to the 4 and then the 5 points. Elmore's kind of fine here, going to 4 though, not 5. Yep. As we spoke about earlier with that kind of that nice curve of point taking. We're going all in. Okay, not taking the Kai'Sa battlefield. We're going for the Obelisk of Power here.
So it's an interesting one because the Draven on defense can buff itself. There's 2 Fury runes, so you can get that Draven up to 8. The Overzealous fan, the expectation is you bounce the Darius back, and then you're dealing into 6 and 4, which is 10, but you can take out the trusty Ramhound if you so desire.
That's a tough situation. I'm not sure what I would do in this situation. I'm not sure how I would react to that, because that was unexpected.
Yeah.
I feel, and I feel like that's a lot of strength in that as well. Marshall bringing unexpected plays, kind of throwing your opponent off, doing things that they weren't kind of expecting. They weren't thinking that was going to be the case. They were thinking, okay, they're probably going to go for my Kai'Sa, and actually going onto the Obelisk of Power here, they clearly got a plan.
Yeah, seems to be working. Overzealous Fan is going to bounce the Darius. No real surprises there. Trusty Ramhound still buffed up by 1 might because there's a Hopeful alongside it.
And then I suppose it's whether you...
Do you buff?
Do you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to 6 on the Draven to kill off the Ramhound, or do you just accept the trade with a Noxious Hopeful?
Right, and the Ramhound is good, but then also the gear stays in play, right? Whereas the Hopeful is always going to be 4 might.
I agree with that. It does mean that you make Marshall have to recycle an order.
It's true.
Yeah, which is interesting. Oh, we're back to us for a second as there was a judge call. Forcing
the spend of resources. We've shown so many times already today how powerful that is.
But you are spending a resource to make your opponent spend a resource. And it's like, how valuable is that, you know? Oh, who knows? Oh, we're coming back. All right. So, yeah, it's just going to trade into Noxious Hopeful. Not going to have the Ramhound traded into. Does reduce the Ramhound's might because of the fact that it no longer has a unit by its side. It's kind of the anti-Lonely Poro.
Yeah.
Needs things by its side to actually be stronger.
It needs friends. And again, I think that's why I like taking out the Hopeful as well, is because you do then reduce the Hound's power anyway and start to chip away at those defenses.
Whole point for Elmore gets them to 4. Marshall is at 5 as far as I can see and can remember. Yeah, going to tick up right now. Haven't had a good look at Elmore's hand in a little while, but still in a solid position. 1 point behind around now isn't the end of the world for a Draven deck. You have so many tools at your disposal. We haven't seen the spinning axes. We haven't seen many rebukes. We haven't seen
one of those. We haven't seen a falling star.
Yeah.
And we're going for the double target there on the on the base. So that threat is already dealt with before it could even really come into fruition. They managed to bounce it back and then go, okay, now I'm going to falling star. I don't really want to deal with you, brother. Please go away.
Damage of their own in hand, it seems, for Elmore. Another falling star is going to kill off the Ramhound.
The poor
that was rough.
Hey, very good. Oh dear, what are you like? Okay, we go for a treasure hunter there, straight on in again, taking back that battlefield, and Marshall kind of doesn't really have anything on board, so can they bring it back from this position? Elmore was seemingly in a similar position, but actually, again, there's so many accelerate units, there was enough in base to make this happen, and now it's just a, do I retreat Kai'Sa to keep him safe?
Yeah, make sure that you have that extra degree of safety of being in the base. Have these order runes all lined up for Marshall. I'm pretty sure this is going to be double Fury with the spread.
We certainly need that right now. So Ferris Forerunner still there.
Double Matron and a Brynhir Thundersong. What can we bring back with the Matron in this sort of position? There's not a huge amount of options. Ramhound is cheap enough to be brought back to life. Noxious Hopeful too expensive, so usually you are looking at things like the Xin Shao if you want to recur, or Vanguard Captain as well can be pretty powerful, gets you that extra might.
We just haven't seen them. That's just been luck of the draw in this instance.
That's just the way it works. Just the way it works. It is going to be the Ramhound back with that Spectral Matron. We'll get that buff from having a friendly unit in the area. Do you? Well, you can't Forerunner anymore. You're not going to equip the Ramhound either with that BF sword. We're going to have Elmore go to 7, and it's all going to be down to 2 Marshals next turn. Not a huge amount of runes available for our glorious executioner here, Elmore on the Draven.
Do we need them?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't have enough for another Falling Star, but we do have the gold, so we're okay in terms of getting the double Furies.
We've got Kai'Sa in base. We've got 2 battlefields, both in control right now, both with low might units, but it might kind of be worth just stacking one of them up, bringing another back, and then trying for the 8 next turn, or just going for it and just saying, I'm going to hold here, and if you can't do much about it, then that's game.
We have a Tide Turner in hand as well, so I'm wondering if there's an argument to hide a Tide Turner somewhere.
I like that.
And then I'm trying to think, where do you just go on the Overzealous Fan? We're playing the Overzealous Fan up towards this Obelisk of Power. You could Tide Turner hidden at the top side.
That might just give us enough protection to see this turn through. There's only two threats on board right now that Elmore kind of knows of.
So the reason I like Tide Turner here is you already have the Overzealous fan to bounce something on the bottom side. Here, you can Tide Turner, bring the Kaiser in, sack the Overzealous fan, and then bounce whatever's coming in. The Kaiser has 4 might, so will beat, or at least equalize the Spectral Matron, will beat the Ramhound by itself, although the Ramhound, I expect, unless we get an Accelerate unit, which I'm pretty sure we can't, is going to be equipped with that BF sword. So really nice position here for Elmore on this Draven.
A great position to be in, a very strong stance, and I think the writing's on the wall here. I don't think that we're going to be able to bring this back, but I could well be proved wrong because, you know, this is a very reputable kind of space to be in regards to the tournament at this stage. We are far into the tournament and both of these decks are doing really well. So if there's a way out of this situation, I'm sure they're going to be able to piece it together. But right now it's just pondering about whether that's even going to be possible. Because I think especially with that hidden card, it just gives that extra level of thought of the,
could be a fight or flight, could be a switcheroo, could be a Tide Turner. There's a lot of different options there. Bryn here is going to come down early, which would stop the reaction from Elmore with this Tide Turner. Needs to do it now if they're going to play it. Also has the Ride the Wind in hand. Only needs to hold 1 battlefield, remember. Currently has their forces spread out a little bit. There's an argument to crack out the Kaiser onto the top battlefield, Ride the Wind the Overzealous fan over, have the ability to double kill the Overzealous fans and bounce 2 units back at the same time. Because that's not playing a card.
The fans are doing great in this instance.
Draven is just great on social media. I'm going to say he has a great public image. Darius probably more hardworking, has conquered more battlefields, has done more stuff across the course of his career. But Draven's like, hey guys, cheer for me, please. And then the Overzealous fans are there.
They're just there.
Parasocial Andes, I said.
So we're going for the activation there because, I mean, you kind of have to. I think you're forced into it a bit.
I mean, you don't have to have the Tide Turner swap positions with anything.
No.
It's a May trigger. So it comes in exhausted, but it looks like we're just going to have the Tide Turner there as a extra defender on the arena's greatest battlefield. Just another unit to put a little bit more might over there. It's not doing much else, but it's something, and that is often better than nothing. And that it is. Marshall needs to take over both of these battlefields. They're to equip on the Ramhound. I just don't know how it's too possible. You go in with the Ramhound down towards this bottom side, it gets bounced by an Overzealous fan. You go in with the Ramhound up towards the top side, it gets bounced by an Overzealous fan. You don't have enough runes for a Darius. No, it's not possible. Like, it's just not possible. At this point, you're getting bounced. There it is. Straight back, recall to home. And I think it's just Dunzo. I think that is Dunzo. I don't think there's a lot more we can do. I mean, we can take it. No, it's it. GG. Elmore taking it in, getting that glorious Executioner name to its peak. There are a lot of gloriouses when it comes to Riftbound. Great play by Elmore, by the way. Really good stuff overall on the Draven. But you've got Glorious Evolution. You've got the Glorious Executioner. There's probably other ones. Probably. And Glorious in Excelsis Dei. We've got some glorious players, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. No, honestly, it was a fantastic game to behold, and I'm really interested to see kind of how that's going to go on throughout today, whether we'll see more Darius, whether that's kind of, whether they're going for a best of. I think that's a very strong place to be in. When we had a little look at the kind of meta breakdown earlier, we saw there weren't a lot of Darius players. So I think that this match score is going to be very well placed to go for that best of pricing. Yeah, getting into day 2 is huge for your best of, right? It's not going to be a huge amount of players that do it, especially when you're playing a deck that has 50 or less participants here in the regional qualifier in Bologna. We're going to take a short break, I believe, before we get into round 7 of the day. 2 rounds left. Don't you dare go anywhere.